If you're thinking of moving to Florida but don't want to deal with Disney traffic, live too far north, or really deal with the Miami lifestyle, there's really only 3 options. But which is the best waterfront area to live on the Gulf Coast? You've got Tampa, Sarasota, or Naples. While which is best can be different for everyone, there are a few factors that we can consider when making the decision. Your location, the lifestyle, work, schools, budget, and of course, the homes. So by the end of this video, you're gonna be able to decide which one is best for you. I've lived in Sarasota for 25 years, helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes here, and worked with a number of people and real estate agents in all 3 markets. So I'm gonna tell you what my perspective is. When you look at Florida's Gulf Coast between Tampa, Sarasota, or Naples, which one wins? Well, when we moved to Florida 25 years ago, Tampa probably would have been the undoubtedly best choice because nothing was really built up the way that Tampa was. But now you could argue that all 3 locations are. Tampa is a major 3-city metro with access to St. Pete, Clearwater, and even Sarasota or Orlando. However, if you're moving into Tampa, then you either have to choose the beaches, the suburbs, or the city. You can't really get all 3 in one. You can easily drive to all, but with the traffic, it's probably gonna take you 35 to 60 minutes, like an hour, depending on where you live. So Sarasota, while smaller, you get downtown, you get the beaches, you get the suburbs and acreage, all within 15 to 25 minutes from each other. But Naples, it's completely different. There's no major cities. I mean, you can get in the car and drive to Miami across Alligator Alley, but that's a 2-hour drive. The downtown area of Naples is a smaller town, and it's even quieter than Sarasota. But Naples downtown is more upscale than Sarasota, and arguably maybe not as upscale as some areas of Tampa because they just did a massive billion-dollar transformation on Water Street. But which one wins? If you want access to everything, Sarasota is the clear winner. But if you want a quieter town, a little bit more upscale, then Naples wins. Now, before we talk about budget and homes, which is probably what most of you care about since price is going to be a huge factor when buying, we've got to talk about the lifestyle of each. Living in Tampa versus living in Sarasota or living in Naples is surprisingly 3 drastically different lifestyles. Let me tell you what, if you want to live where there's always something going on, then Sarasota, Naples, it can't really compare to Tampa. From everything being built in downtown Tampa, St. Petersburg, there's new restaurants, buildings, they've got professional sports teams like the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Buccaneers, and the Rays. But we can't talk about what it's like living in an area without mentioning, employment, careers, and schools. And while the schools are good in Tampa, they're not the best compared to those of Sarasota. But there are a lot more job opportunities in Tampa than either Sarasota or Naples. I mean, it is a metropolitan city, so jobs and career opportunities kind of go along with the territory of that. But living in Sarasota does give you the best of both worlds. You get a slightly slower pace of living in Sarasota, you get higher ranked schools than either area, and you live really close to the beaches. In fact, there's over 30 miles of beaches here in Sarasota. So if you enjoy a more active outdoor lifestyle, then Sarasota's got them both beat. But if you want a quieter, more upscale, less family-friendly area, then Naples wins. Sarasota and Tampa have way more family-oriented things to do, like Bayfront Park, the aquariums, and generally more events. And Naples feels more like a retiree town, but with designer shops and upscale dining. But obviously that all comes with a price. Now let's get into the most important part, the homes. How does Tampa, Sarasota, or Naples compare between home prices and options? Well, in Tampa, you're gonna find more affordable homes with a median sales price of $460,000 to $639,000, and that's gonna get you maybe a 3 or 4 bedroom home. But the suburbs like Pasco, Pinellas, and East Hillsborough, you can afford a little bit more with less money. But if you want something with waterfront views of the bay, then expect to pay, at least $1 million up to over $3 million. While Sarasota has a slightly higher cost of living and housing prices compared to Tampa, it's still more affordable than that of Naples. The median price here in Sarasota is around $569,000 to $850,000, and that's gonna get you something around 1,800 square feet to 2,500 square feet. Now, I'm talking about newer homes in communities with amenities. If you want something significantly older, yes, those are gonna be less expensive. But what really stands out here in Sarasota is the incredible diversity of master plan communities in areas like Lakewood Ranch, Waterside, and Palmer Ranch. For example, there's this neighborhood called Nautique at Waterside, and they have townhomes and single family homes that range between 1,700 up to 1,900 square feet. They got amazing lake views, and prices start in the high 400s. And then there's communities like Shellstone, Emerald Landing, and they've got new single family homes in the $600,000 to $700,000 range. And then you've got some more luxurious communities that are the $2 million and up range. But if you want waterfront or really a high appreciating value areas like the islands and keys. Popular housing options are found on Siesta Key, Lido Key, Longboat Key. Prices for these can range from $1.7 million to almost $7 million for that, square footage around 2,200 to 4,700 square feet. But then you have your ultra luxury homes, and they go from 10 million to 20 million for 6,000 to 10,000 square feet. Now in Naples, the median price jumps up quite a bit. It's around $900,000. So compared to Tampa and even Sarasota, if budget is a big factor, then Naples may not be for you. However, if you do have a higher budget, then you can expect, $925,000 to buy you 3-bedroom, 2,100 square foot home in the Naples area. But if you go more outside Naples, like North Naples, Bonita Springs, you can find 3 to 4 bedroom, single family homes, $500,000 to $900,000. Obviously, they're gonna be further away, but you can still live in the area at a decent price. Now, talking about Naples waterfront, you can expect to pay $2 to $5 million for less desirable areas, but Naples waterfront housing that's in the most desirable areas, you're gonna be $10 million to over $50 million to get into that. But before we talk about the pros and cons and who wins the Gulf Coast battle, if you're thinking about moving to Sarasota, then make sure to download my Sarasota relocation guide below. I break down everything you need to know, the different areas. So I'm gonna link that in the description below. So who should and who shouldn't live in Tampa and Naples or Sarasota, and why? Like, which one is right for you? First of all, if work, affordability, or things to do are core factors, then Tampa probably wins due to its size and diverse range of housing. Now granted, there's a lot more traffic in Tampa, so you've got to consider that as well. But if you have a much higher budget and want to get away from everything, have this upscale, quieter life, then Naples has it beat. However, I believe if you want a mix of everything, diverse range of homes from old to new, from waterfront property to acreage, then Sarasota is hands down the winner. You're likely only going to be 15 to 30 minutes from the beaches at all times. There's great schools, endless things to do, especially outdoors. I mean, Sarasota is literally smack dab in the middle of Tampa and Naples. It's about an hour south of Tampa and 90 minutes north of Naples. So you can always take a day trip into those cities. So if I've convinced you to move to Sarasota, or if you're already looking for your next home, my team and I, we would love to be your real estate resource of choice. All you have to do is email me at info@mattlight.com or call or text the number on the screen to get started. We are the #1 new home resource on YouTube, having bought and sold well over $50 million in new homes in the Sarasota area over the last few years for people just like you reaching out. We've helped over 200 families move to Sarasota, and I would love for us to help you find your next home as well. My contact info is also going to be in the description below for you. But before you go, if you want to know everything you need to know before moving to Sarasota, then you need to watch this video right here. I go over everything from getting around, the top things to do, and what are the best areas of Sarasota. So click on that, check it out. Thanks for watching today, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.